Hello everyone, this is coadb.com, or the Coat of Arms database, and today we're briefly going to discuss 10 different coats of arms in the Hunter family. But before we get started, we wanted to let you know that we offer affordable ancestral research service. So if you've been meaning to get your genealogy done, please visit us at coadb.com, link in the description. Our reports include a pedigree chart or family tree showing how far back into history we were able to trace your lineage, an assessment of the coats of arms associated with your surname, and a determination of which, if any, of these coats of arms were borne by your ancestors. The first Hunter coat of arms to discuss is blazoned Vert, 3 greyhounds, courant, argent, collared or, on a chief argent, on a chief engrailed of the second, 3 hunting horns of the first stringed gules. This belonged to the Hunters of Restenneth in County Forfar, Scotland, registered by David Hunter, I believe in 1672. The progenitor of this family was James Hunter, born 1470, Provost of Forfar. His grandson, James Hunter of Restenneth, was Burgess of Forfar, born 1536, and one of James' descendants was David Hunter, born 1650. Next, a very similar coat of arms, Vert, 2 greyhounds current in pale argent on a chief engrailed of the last, a boar's head erased sable between 2 hunting horns of the first stringed gules, crest, and anchor proper. And this was the arms of John Hunter of St. Lucia in the West Indies, born or registered or confirmed in the year 1775. Next is Vert, 3 greyhounds current argent collared or, on a chief wavy of the second, 3 hunting horns of the first stringed gules, crest, a greyhound sejant collared or, supporters, 2 greyhounds argent collared or. Now the source for this blazon says that it is associated with David Hunter of Calcutta in the year 1826. Now, I could find a General David Hunter, who was a descendant of the Hunters of Burnside. He was born in 1768 and died in 1846. But I wasn't able to find any information about him being in India. That's not to say he wasn't, I just didn't find it. I do these in a allotted amount of time here. But I did find a Dr. Charles Hunter, who was born in 1772, and he died in Calcutta in 1831, which is 5 years after 1826. And this Dr. Charles Hunter was a Surgeon-General of the Indian Medical Service. So that would be my best guess as one of these 2 men. And if I'm wrong, let me know in the comments. Next, or 3 hunting horns vert garnished and stringed gules, crest, a greyhound sejant proper gorged with an antique crown or, supporters, 2 greyhounds proper forged with an antique crown's or. This ancient arms was reverted to in 1865 by Robert Hunter of Hunterston, County Ayr, Scotland. Next, argent 3 hunting horns vert stringed gules. This was the Hunters of Polemood in Peebles, Scotland. Tradition records that the land was given to a Norman hunter in 1057 AD by the king. I haven't looked into that. Typically those are a little dicey, so take that with a grain of salt. But we do know that there was a Walter Hunter of Polemood who was documented as living in 1439, and also a Robert Hunter of Polemood, who was around in 1549. Next we have argent, a crescent azure between 3 hunting horns vert stringed gules, and this belonged to the hunters of Balligan, County Dumfries, Scotland. I'm not really sure on this. There was a John Hunter of Balligan who lived in the 1600s, but again, I have no link between him and this coat of arms for sure. Next, gules NFS or between 3 stags' heads erased of the second as many bugle horns stringed gules. Crest, a bugle horn vert garnished or stringed gules. And this was associated with a hunter who was of County Durham. I wasn't able to define too much on this one either. Next, or a lion rampant gules between 8 crosses patay fichy sable. Crest, a demi-lion holding between the paws a cross patay fichy as in the arms. This was the coat of arms of Sir Claudius Stephen Hunter, born in the year 1775. He was a colonel of the Royal London Militia as well as Lord Mayor of London in 1811 and 1812, the son of Henry Hunter of Beech Hill, Berkshire, and the family was seated at Mortimer Hill. Or a stag's head cabossed sable on a chief indented of the second, 3 crosses patay of the first. This coat of arms belonged to Reverend Joseph Hunter, born 1783, a Unitarian minister and antiquarian, son of Michael. And lastly, we have per pale vert and gules, a sun and splendor or between 3 greyhounds current, 2 and 1 argent collard of the second, a chief engrailed erminoi, thereon a crosslip fichy, also gules, between 2 buglehorns stringed azure. Crest, a mount vert, thereon a greyhound's head erased or, collard gules between 2 thistles issuant proper. This coat of arms was granted to William Henry Hunter, born 1830, Esquire of Porang How, New Zealand, the son of George Hunter, who was born in 1788 in Scotland. If you enjoyed this video and would like to learn more about your ancestors, visit us at coadb.com, where we offer genealogy research, heraldic research, and digital high-resolution JPEGs for $13.99. Thank you very much.